You get paid. For about 24 hours, life feels under control. You check your bank account, maybe even feel a
Nice!
little proud. Then the bills hit. Then food. Then that one random charge you forgot about. Then the weekend happens. Suddenly you're staring at your balance, wondering how someone who works this hard can still feel this broke. And the weirdest part? You're not doing anything crazy. You're not buying yachts. You're not throwing money out the window. You're just living. If that sounds familiar, here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't stay broke because of one giant mistake. They stay broke because of small habits that feel normal. Habits so common that nobody questions them. Habits you can repeat for years without realizing they're draining your future. Today, we're breaking down 7 money habits, keeping you broke without you knowing. And some of these are going to sting. My name is Tom, and I spend way too much time thinking about why smart people stay stuck financially. If you're someone who works hard, tries to save, but still feels like money disappears faster than it comes in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, personal finance is weird because the biggest problems usually don't feel like problems. They feel convenient, they feel harmless, they feel deserved. That's why people can earn more every year and still never get ahead. So let's get into habit number 1. Treating leftover money as savings. This is the classic trap. A lot of people say, I'll save whatever is left at the end of the month. Here's the thing. For most people, there's never anything left because money expands to fill the space available. If $4,000 lands in your account, your lifestyle somehow finds a way to use $4,000. If $6,000 lands there, suddenly your expenses rise too. This is called Parkinson's Law, and it applies to money perfectly. Let's do simple math. If you earn $5,000 a month and plan to save what's left, maybe you save $100 some months and $0 in others. That's $1,200 a year if you're lucky. But if you automatically move $500 into savings the day you get paid, that's $6,000 a year. Invested at 8% annually for 20 years, roughly $296,000. Same income, totally different future. Here's what most people don't realize. Savings should happen first, not last. Action step: automate transfers on payday. 2. Upgrading lifestyle. Every time income increases, you get a raise. Congratulations. So naturally, bigger apartment, nicer car, more takeout, better vacations, monthly subscriptions you forgot you had, and somehow you still feel broke. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest wealth killers in America. According to multiple consumer surveys, many workers spend most or all of their raises within months of receiving them. Not because they're irresponsible, but because humans adapt quickly. What felt luxurious 6 months ago now feels standard. That new car smell becomes normal. The upgraded phone becomes expected. The expensive dinner becomes just Friday. It's like running on a treadmill that speeds up every time you get stronger. You're working harder but staying in place. Now, you might be thinking, am I not allowed to enjoy my money? Of course you are. But if every raise improves your lifestyle and never improves your balance sheet, you're renting a richer image instead of building real wealth. Try this rule. Every raise gets split. 50% to investing, 30% to debt payoff, 20% to lifestyle upgrades. That way, your future grows with your income. 3. Using monthly payments to justify big purchases. This one is dangerous because it sounds reasonable. It's only $49 a month. It's just $299 a month. I can afford the payment. Look, sellers love monthly thinking because it hides total cost. A $1,200 phone becomes just $33 a month. A $35,000 car becomes only $620 a month. A couch becomes easy financing, but payments stack, and stacked payments become financial quicksand. Let's say you have car payment, $500, phone financing, $60, furniture payment, $100, buy now, pay later purchases, $140. That's $800 a month gone before life even starts. That's $9,600 a year. Invested yearly for 15 years at 8%, over $260,000. This is where it gets really interesting. Wealthy people often focus on ownership cost, not monthly cost. They ask, what is this costing me in cash flow, depreciation, interest, and lost investment growth? That's a different level of thinking. Action step. Before buying anything financed, multiply the monthly payment by the number of months. Then ask if it still feels worth it. 4. Spending to relieve stress. This one is deeply human. Bad day at work? Buy something. Feeling stuck? Order food? Need motivation? New gadget? Sad? Shopping cart? This is emotional spending. and it's incredibly common. Studies in behavioral finance show people often use spending as a form of mood repair. The purchase gives a dopamine hit, a quick emotional reward, but it fades fast. Then the item becomes clutter, and the bill stays. It's like drinking salt water when you're thirsty. It feels like relief in the moment, but it makes the real problem worse. I knew someone who bought something small every stressful week. Nothing dramatic. $40 here, $70 there, random Amazon packages. Over 1 year, it totaled over $4,000. They had no memory of where most of it went. Here's what most people don't realize. Many money problems are emotional problems wearing a financial costume. Action step. Create a 24-hour pause rule for non-essential purchases. If you still want it tomorrow, revisit it. Most impulses disappear. 5. Ignoring small recurring leaks. People obsess over big expenses and ignore tiny automatic ones. That's backwards. Because the expensive vacation happens once, the $12.99 subscription happens forever. Streaming services, app memberships, premium storage, unused software, delivery fees, bank fees, convenience charges, random renewals. Individually, they seem harmless. Together, they can quietly become hundreds per month. Let's say your small stuff totals. Streaming, $45. Apps, $25. Delivery fees, $80. Missed subscriptions, $50. That's $200 monthly. $2,400 yearly. Invested for 25 years at 8%, roughly $175,000. That's the cost of not noticing. Now, I'm not saying cancel every joy in your life. I'm saying intentional spending beats invisible spending. Action step, print 3 months of statements. Highlight every recurring charge. If it doesn't create real value, cut it. 6. Believing you need more income before you can start. This belief keeps people frozen for years. I'll invest when I make more. I'll save once I get promoted. I need a bigger paycheck first. Sometimes more income does help, but often the bigger issue is behavior, not earnings. Someone making $3,500 and saving 15% is building wealth faster than someone making $7,000 and saving nothing. Look, income matters, but the habit of keeping and growing money matters more than most people think. Let's compare. Person A saves $300 per month, starting at age 25. Person B waits 10 years, then saves $600 per month, starting at 35, at 8% growth until age 65. Person A often ends with more or close to the same despite contributing less monthly, because time did the heavy lifting. That's the power of compounding. This is where it gets really interesting. People underestimate time because time is invisible. You don't feel compounding in month 1, but decades later, it looks like magic. Action step, start embarrassingly small if needed. $25 a week is infinitely better than waiting 5 years for the perfect time. 7. Surrounding yourself with broke money norms. This might be the most uncomfortable one. Your financial habits are shaped by the people around you. If everyone treats debt as normal, you will too. If everyone upgrades constantly, you'll feel pressure. If nobody invests, it will feel risky. If everyone jokes about being broke, staying broke feels acceptable. Humans copy the environment. That's how we're wired. If 5 friends spend every weekend chasing status, it becomes harder to be the person bringing lunch to work and maxing out a Roth IRA. Not impossible, just harder. Here's what most people don't realize. Wealth is often less about intelligence and more about normalized behavior. When saving is normal, you save. When investing is normal, you invest. When delayed gratification is respected, discipline becomes easier. You don't need richer friends. You need better financial inputs. Books, podcasts, channels, communities, mentors. Upgrade what surrounds your mind, and your actions usually follow. Action step, replace 20 minutes of random scrolling with 20 minutes of financial learning every day. That alone can change your trajectory. The bigger truth? Look, none of these habits make you a bad person. They make you normal, and that's the problem. Normal financial behavior often leads to stress, dependence, and decades of wondering where the money went. But once you can see the habits, you can change them. You do not need a 6-figure salary tomorrow. You do not need perfect investing knowledge. You do not need to become a different person overnight. You need awareness first, then small consistent moves. Automate savings, question payments, delay emotional purchases, cut leaks. Start now, protect your environment. That's how wealth is actually built, through repeated decisions that look boring in the short term and life-changing in the long term. 10 years from now, you will either thank yourself for changing these habits, or wish you had started sooner. And the wild part is, the gap between those two futures might begin with one decision you make this week. So pick one habit from this list and fix it today. Not someday, today. If this helped you out, hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because sometimes the fastest way to make more money is to stop losing the money you already have.